Finally, it's barbecue season again, and what can't be missing at a barbecue? A nice loaf of bread. And an M. I forgot to buy some. That's why we're making it ourselves. Super quick, an Italian focaccia in 2 different ways. You'll see how it works now.
Welcome to Cooking Lessons. So let's cook something nice together and turn you into a pro.
500 grams of flour. I've got type 405 flour here. Then I've got half a block of yeast. Can't forget olive oil. The more, the better. And today we're making 2 kinds of bread. One with olives and fresh rosemary, and the other with herbs from my little spice box here, thyme and oregano. And we'll start with the yeast, because that needs a bit of time. I've put a bit of sugar in my measuring cup here, and now we'll add 350 milliliters of warm water. It shouldn't be too hot. The sugar is in there, so the yeast can really get going right away. And all we need to do is stir it together. And once a bit of foam has formed, we can move on. So just give the yeast a little time. All right, take a look here. After 15 minutes, our yeast looks like this. It's really going strong now. It's really thriving in there. Now we'll add it to our flour. This is actually a really complicated recipe. We'll add a good splash of olive oil to it. And of course, what you can't leave out in bread is the salt. And since the yeast is already working, nothing will happen to it. Put in the dough hook, and now we'll knead it all into a smooth dough. So, after 3 minutes, it's already looking pretty good. However, I can see that the dough still isn't coming away from the mixing bowl. That's why I'm going to add just a tiny bit more flour. All right, we'll let it run now until the dough comes away from the bowl, and then we can move on to the next step. Look, this is exactly what I wanted. And when it slides off the dough hook like that, that's exactly what I'm looking for. This oil is also meant to add flavor, so make sure to oil it. Now I'm taking about half of my dough and just plopping a dollop of it right on top here. Take a look at this. And when a yeast dough, doesn't stick to your fingers, you already know. That's perfect. That's how it should be. We'll add a little more to it. We'll put the other half back into our stand mixer, and now we'll add our olives for our olive focaccia. And I'll take a bit of fresh rosemary here and just add the needles right in. Really, really rustic. There we go. Back in it goes. Now we'll knead it a bit more so everything mixes together nicely. And here, I'm also oiling my hands a bit. After all, I have enough olive oil, and now I just press it into a flatbread shape. That's really all I'm doing. This is truly very, very simple cooking. We're making 2 different kinds of bread, so I'm shaping this one a bit more elongated. Take a look. And then you can already press little dimples into it with your fingers, so the olive oil will pool nicely in them. That's all there is to it. Super simple. All right, now this is all mixed together as well. We can also take out the rest of the dough, and we'll place the other half right next to it, oil our fingers a bit again, and then you can shape it on this side as well, however big you want it. And here too, press those dimples in with your fingers. Now we'll take the rest of our olive oil and brush it on generously. It can really soak up the olive oil nicely. That's the secret to a good focaccia. We do this with both loaves. That one stays just as it is. And on the other one, we'll sprinkle a bit of oregano on top. There we go. But also a little bit of thyme. A bit less thyme than oregano. And what I can never leave out is a bit of sea salt. We've already got salt in the dough, so don't use too much here, but a few little grains really make it fun later. Now, we'll cover it with a bit of plastic wrap, because the dough still needs to rise nicely. At warm temperatures, at least an hour. And theoretically, you could also prepare this ahead of time and leave it in the fridge overnight. Today, I'm feeling a certain pressure to succeed. That's why I'm going to put it somewhere warm now, and in an hour we'll take another look. So what do you think about that? That looks great, doesn't it? Look at how much it's risen. And I can tell you, it smells amazing. 20 to 25 minutes. You'll need to keep an eye on it. And we're going to bake it on the middle rack. Convection, 200 degrees, 20 minutes. Let's take another look. Has it been that long? Oh, it's fogged up. Look, that's focaccia. And if you tap on it here, it sounds a bit hollow. That means it's done. All right, now let's take it out. Look at this. I didn't do anything. You can probably see that here too. You can just lift the bread right off. That's just the coated baking tray here. Look over there. There's nothing. Nothing is sticking at all. So, with olives here, with herbs. And it smells amazing. Now let's cut it open. I'll go right through the middle. Zach, I'll turn it around so you can see it better. So look here. Herb focaccia. And here is my favorite with the olive. Take a look at this. And how it's still steaming. Can you see that? N/A. Super fresh from the oven. So, let's try it quickly. The bread must be similar, but tastes differ. Just the right amount of salt. Great. That's how quickly you can get yourself out of trouble if you forgot to buy bread. I hope I was able to help you out a bit with this. Super quick recipe, and I also hope that Carmen is happy now. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and the camera woman, who's already smiling again, calls out to you. We love you. I second that. Bye. See you soon, when it's time again for Quick as a Flash Kitchen. Bye, dear ones.
Be sure to check out this next video. It's packed with even more tips and tricks that will help you become a master chef in no time. And don't forget to subscribe to Cooking Lessons for more delicious content every week. It's easier than you think.